Hey everybody, welcome to Kev's Vibe of the Day. My name is Kevin and today is the 10th of July 2021. Let's get right to the cards and see what our focus is for the day. Here we go. All right, angels, thank you for reminding me that you're present and for revealing to all of us what we need to know. Through these cards, I ask that you bring a focus for everyone to frame their day, lift their vibrations, and connect them with a positive energy, a positive focus, one of growth, one of truth, one of understanding. I am willing to listen and to receive and to interpret your energy and your information to the best of my abilities. And so it is. All right, let's just fan out the cards. Mr. Horus, out the way. There you go. Let's have a little look, see where we're going in this nice circle. So you notice today I'm using Angel Prayer and Oracle card. Well, that one looks like it wants to say hey. So there we go. The Angel Prayers Oracle. Let's see if we can retwist them back the right way and get them where they need to be. Okay. It takes me a while to... Oh, yes. Archangel Zadkiel. Oh, yes. Oh, I like this. I like this a whole lot. This is bright. This is cheery. So here we have an image of Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel is the archangel that talks about transformation. He is basically the keeper of the violet flame, and the violet flame in a spiritual term is all those things that we associate with Saint Germain, Saint Francis, all of those, the top part of the chakra system, the crowning glory of the physical world to the spiritual world, the part where you hold your head up high and you get all information. You know, if you notice, it's a beautiful color like the amethyst stone. Right, I've got right here a piece of raw amethyst. And you know, the simple prayer that goes with it is, thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. And if you notice today, I decided to pull in some different cards. As you know, I am what I would consider to be an apprentice of life, really. And throughout my life, whether it's been in hairdressing, yoga, or now in the metaphysical arts and sciences, there are threads throughout my whole life that have been linked to spirituality. And I have a sense that for most of you out there, you've also had a connection and a thread and an energy connected to spirit. Because let's face it, after all, we all come from a spiritual embodiment. We all come into this world from a spiritual place, a kind of an energy, if you will. I believe, I don't expect you to, that we are all vibrational energy. We all vibrate to a certain level. And at some point, when we're born, when we come in here, when we are babies, you know, we have that power, we have that control that spirit works through us. Babies are very demanding. They want what they want when they want it, and they're going to do whatever they need to get what they want. And somehow, as we grow in physical form, we take on the doctrines of what we're supposed to conform to, the cultures, the rules, the regulations, and how our parents are molding us. Yesterday, I was privileged to listen to Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life book. And for those of you who are in a transitional period where you are grappling with and wrestling with letting go of some of these habits that haven't served you, stories, limiting beliefs and situations that come up at a time where there's massive transformation on our planet, in the world. Some of these bumpy roads, these challenges, these potholes of emotion and feelings and physical mayhem, they come up. They're coming up so that we can take a look at what is serving us and what is no longer working. Now is a time where you've talked about a lifting of the vibrational energy. And for me, that means an opening of the multi-dimensions that we really, truly are. There is about a decade ago, we started a movement, big movement, in the Western culture where everybody was rushing off to a yoga class. And then yoga began to morph into something of a a fitness craze, if you will, became fashionable to put on these fancy yoga clothes and show up to a studio with the best yoga mat you could find. And we needed a studio that was in these, everybody was looking to be the ultimate yoga studio where we were ultimately going to be this incredible space. And the essence of yoga, the transformative effect to bring the entire essence of who we are, from spirit to mind to physical body, and to worship and embrace all of that, became muddied and diluted into a business that was really all about showing off and not showing up. What I gained and got from my own yoga experience as a practitioner and as a teacher was that, wow, there is a great master within that is totally pliable, totally flexible, totally malleable. And I found an inner warrior that could go forward and overcome and surmount any challenge that was put in front of me. This shows up in the physical postures. And there are many, many, many different styles of yoga that attract people, from Mysore, Ashtanga, many of them still deeply rooted in the ancient practice and beliefs that go back 5,000 years. That's what I dug into. I had never heard of the Bhagavad Gita. I didn't even know what Sanskrit was. And my point of saying all of this is, in my mid-40s, I'm waking up to a culture and a belief that I wasn't party to when I was growing up. They never had yoga studios when I was a child. I was a teenager in the mid to late 70s. Then the 80s came in my 20s and we were doing all of those crazy things. So all through our lives, we've transformed. But there has always been, I'll move this so you get the glare of the light. There's always been this deep foothold in what we've created from the past to show us where we are right now. So I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive into what this transformation card is and how does this land in today, Saturday, the 10th of July, 2021. So it would seem the angels are understanding, the spirit guides, angels, it's all the same thing. I call it angels. I'm currently studying the angel guide team. I'm part of that whole study group, and I'm finding this fascinating, a new transformation. I'm moving more away from what I believed as a child angels were and who I believe they were here to work with. And I can tell from being in this group, a short space that I have been, that there have been areas of my study that I've opened up so much so that I did not see before. And I'm grateful for the presence. I'm grateful for what it offers me. So we seem to be ready through this card and through this focus to move beyond the energies and situations that aren't helpful, that are not serving the purpose. So if you're coming up looking at the past and you're seeing some of the things that you're like, I'm a little bit tired of this, I'm fed up with that it's just is, I just don't like this. Maybe it's the way you're being treated. Maybe it's the fact that, you're trying and trying and trying and trying and doing all these things and it's just not bringing you the results you want. So this is here to open that up, to see that. Transformation takes on many, 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 many different forms. The angels are encouraging you to look at the opportunities that this offers to make the transitions. Doing this can also bring up emotions. You're going to perhaps feel a big array of them. When we're moving into something new, when we're transforming into a newness, there's a grieving process of what was, what used to be. That shows up as anger. I've spoken before about the fact that what was new, now, next, exciting, bright, shiny, great, off we go, quickly or at some point becomes tiresome, unwanted, no longer serving. The challenge is, our culture and what we've been taught is to justify moving into the new. We have to discount and sometimes trash talk what isn't working, blaming, finger pointing. No. No, stop it. The point to transform with grace and ease is the forgiveness. Forgiveness of making poor choices. But at the time you made the choice, it wasn't a poor choice. It was an intentional choice. So you can forgive the situation by simply saying, this is no longer serving my purpose, so I'm going to move on. Now, someone else might view that, especially if you're working with people, if you're in a partnership, whether it's a romantic, business, sharing a room, sharing apartments, wherever you're intermingled in a business sense, a contractual sense with other people. When you reach that point where it's time to move on, we can get trapped in the feeling of, well, you know what, I've got to just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and here comes your litany list of complaints. That certainly is my reality. That has certainly been my habit. And I don't like that about myself, and I'm willing to change. I'm willing to see that I'm the one that chooses this stuff. I'm also the one that unchooses it, moves beyond it, and grows past it. And to unchoose it, move beyond it, and grow past it, I have to recognize that it served my purpose for this length of time, but no longer serves my purpose now. So therefore, I'm grateful for the purpose it served, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to move forward. The angels acknowledge all of those emotional and physical transformation that have taken place, and they can see us more clearly, that we're willing to release the old dusty thoughts and actions and situations and move into a place where we're more comfortable. So a little bit about Archangel Zadkiel. It means the righteousness of God. He's the one that the angels bring emotional balance and helps transmute all the negative energy. It's a focus for love and a focus for learning and a focus for opening. Raguel and Zadkiel are like seen as the angel of truth and justice. So that simple prayer, if you're looking to just be grateful for what you've got and the opportunities, is thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. We've got to create the right mood. We've got to create the right vibration, because whatever the right mood and the right vibration is, that's actually the reality that we live in. Now, sometimes it can take a few days, as I've experienced this week, where the transformation is on its way, but it's not quite right. You're looking through options, thinking there's an urgency to choose an option, and the options are presenting themselves, but with these things, the stuff, the negotiation. I believe any transformation is going to happen no matter what. Let me say that one more time. Any and all transformations are going to happen no matter what. And how do I say no matter what? How do I know that transformations are going to occur without a doubt? Because they have already. Growth is, or at least change is, inevitable. Transformations are inevitable. Every day is a transformation. Every sunrise is a different from the one you've ever had before. Cloud formation is different. Temperature is different. The placement of the earth within the atmosphere is different. The time, the exact time, down to the millisecond that you open your eyes and wake up is different. Right there is transformation. Anything is different from what it was is a transformation. So we've been doing this on subtle levels forever. We've been making these changes our whole life. But many of them have been automatic, taken for granted, and not anything we've ever had to take any concern over. The transformations that seem to matter are the ones that we choose to move us from one phase and place to another phase and place, like the learning part, the digging in part, the I want to follow this and study this part. And then comes that vortex I talk about, that middle ground of believing that, yes, it's been presented for a reason, choosing it, which means giving up something to make way for this new something. And here's where that space, that vortex, becomes something that we get to control. So spirit energy works and vibrates and manifests and creates with the same vibrations. So for example, if you're looking to manifest, make magic, have in your hands what you see and feel with your mind and your heart, then you're aligned and lined up. It feels good. If you're not following what is in your highest good or in the highest good of other people, there's something about what you're about to do or want to do or choosing to do or looking through that won't feel right on some level. And you, me, us, are the only ones that have that built-in wisdom and intelligence to decide what that is. So we always get this, I get this, I've done it. When you come up against a master of all of this, which I'm certainly not, I am experienced in it, I'm not a master of it. There are masters and ancient wisdom which have gone before us that create the space for us to meander and work through. We become masters at things that we practice. And the ancient practice being keep doing it. Eventually you will master the practice of whatever you're learning. So during these transitions, we raise our vibration, we get into that vortex, and we know that, you know what, on Tuesday, I thought this was all lined up for my good, highest good, and it would all be great, and it's all going to be working through. Wednesday, I'm beginning to have some doubts. Wednesday afternoon, I'm really sort of like not really feeling this. Thursday morning, well, you know what, it's possible. Let's look at this again. Thursday afternoon, the same kind of oof. And we begin to access that higher consciousness, that ancient wisdom within that's saying, when you have these doubts, when these issues are showing up, it says it's possible, but not without some work. So the angels are willing, the spirit guides, the vibrational level of the universe that actually works with us in tandem together at the same time, is saying, yes, we'll create the we'll create the experience for you. You want this, you desire it, you're asking for it, you have the power to get it, and we're going to help you. However, this is the reality of helping you. So you do part of the work, which is the visualization, the discovery, the planning, the whatever you've got to do mechanically to sort of work through that. And the angels are putting you in place to create it. Well, let's just say they put you in place, they create it, but you're like, no, that's not quite right. No, that's not quite. Oh, no. Then you have the situation that says, this was not for my highest good. Do you sit and struggle? Do you sit and second guess? Do you sit and try to justify the change because you feel some other way? Ha! And this is where you pull in Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Metatron. You can even bring in Sandalphon that sends your prayers up. You can even bring in Orion, who at some point lines the stars up Thank you for taking care of this transformation so well. Thank you for removing all the nonsensical vibrations that stop me from achieving my ultimate goal. I welcome in your wisdom. I welcome in your energy as you transmute and transform one situation to the next situation. So it is and so shall it be. And then you begin to pay attention to all of the little bits and pieces that line up. Your inner knowledge that tells you when something's working right, that it feels like a great pair of slippers. It feels like you found the left sock to the right foot, or you found the left sock for the left foot. Or, you know what, everything lines up. You've got all the things in place. There's no doubt. The other indication on an emotional level is you get those EBGB exciting, like I can't stand it, I got to do it. Oh my God, this is so perfect. And you know when you step into an arena of transformation that's being presented for you, you get that feeling of, this is it. I have got it. This is perfect. This is great. If you're not reaching those footholds and those stepping stones, if you haven't listened to the people that are saying, yeah, claim your power, go after it. If you haven't learned to step into vulnerability in the unknown and say, you know what, I'm going to claim this and see what happens. Sometimes we know things that we claim. We know them on an intuitive level that they're going to be temporary. But the temporary leads you to the more permanent. We know that what pathway we're on is part of something huge and big and great. But we've got to walk down that pathway to get there. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's read from our weekly book. And I want to say a big, humongous thank you, a grateful for everybody that texts, everybody that leaves comments, everybody that subscribes and shares this. I really like doing this. I really enjoy what this represents for me because it helps me. I'm sure it helps you. And I love discussing, well, where is this coming from? It's a bit like a big study group with people all over the world. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. All right, let's look at the 10th. This focus from this reading, which is from Journey to the Heart, is trusting the timing of your lessons. Too often our first inclination when we learn a lesson, gain a new insight, have the awareness or glimpse a new truth is to judge and criticize ourselves for not seeing it sooner, for not knowing before, or being in denial for too long. This is not necessary. It's not appropriate. We're not at fault because we didn't have the awareness or understanding of this lesson until now. We don't need to see the truth one moment before we see it. Judging ourselves for not knowing sooner can close us off to what life has to teach us now. We're here to learn our lessons, discover our truths, and have our adventures. Let yourself have your experiences. Allow yourself to learn what you learn and when you learn it. Don't judge yourself for not learning it sooner. Be happy and grateful and excited when your lessons arrive. Trust your voice and quiet the inner voice when it speaks to you of truth. Be grateful you can hear it. Do what it tells you to do. Trust the timing of your heart. Oof. I love that this lifetime, this incarnation, this place that I found myself on for soon to be 59 years. How I can look back at the path and the view that I personally have taken. And what is great is I'm highlighting the pieces that really truly mattered. And then, yes, there are some pieces that come together that weren't quite so great. And thankfully, I've been able to put to bed and forgive myself for some of the steps I took that weren't so great, or that perhaps caused harm to other people. We're already perfect, correct? If you don't see yourself as perfect, that's a big no-no. However, we do behave in ways that are not perfect. There's two different things going on. We are created perfectly as we are and as we are not, subject to experiences that lead us to situations. The situations lead us to act, react. And some of those actions and reactions are not to the highest good of ourselves, let alone other people. So these are the situations where the behavior isn't so perfect, but the person performing the act or the behavior is perfect. So that inner knowledge, that inner vibration, that inner stuff is where we make the distinction. Knowing that this is wrong, this would cause harm, this would not be the greatest choice I'm making, but I'm going to do it. The ego, we can feel it. We can feel that nagging ego that starts that tapping of the foot, the clicking of the fingers. It typically shows up particularly when we're in a vehicle and whoever's in front of us isn't going quite quick enough. Or we're in a vehicle and the person behind us doesn't believe we're going quite quick enough. We react, and sometimes we respond, putting the hand on the horn. What does that do? They don't care. They might be deaf. They might not be able to understand. And take the compassionate road. Perhaps this person has never driven a vehicle before. Or perhaps this person is impaired. Oof. You don't want that. So then you just literally say, you know what, God, I got this. Angels, thank you. I'm not going to enter into a war with this individual. Let's just get me where I need to be safely. As I said yesterday in a little quote, forward movement, however slow, is forward movement. Don't be in such a rush to get where you're going. Don't be in such a rush to manifest what you're looking for. Don't be the instant gratification person. Just enjoy the journey and the experience and follow your heart to say, well, you know what? This is where I was going, but all these things showed up and I stuck here for a little bit to play and pay attention. Right, my friends, let's meditate. I feel spirits, angels, all this circling around, and it feels a little bit like we've missed a channeling. Although when I'm talking about planting your feet and bringing in light, I do feel some channeling from a place that's guiding it. So be with that. But I'm debating whether or not I should actually bring in the Miriams and bring in some of the spirit guides that hang around to chit chat. I'm going to do some thinking on that and then maybe do a video with their permission to come in and talk about something that they feel that they want to share. All right, feet flat on the floor, eyes closed down, palms up towards the roof. Big breath in. And let it out. And this morning, let us plant a smile on our face and a joy within the heart space, a happiness within the heart space, a sense that you are an important part of your world, the world you're in. And then think of your feet. Your Mother Earth is giving you a lovely rub down with your feet. Just imagine the roots of the earth are just delicately and gently massaging your feet and drawing down into the earth all of the things that you're bothered by, the things that you worry about. Let it all go down your legs, your muscles. Let it all drain down into the Mother Earth, who says, I'm going to clean it. I'm going to transform it. And I'm going to send it back to you, cleansed, refreshed, modified, all of those things. Everything that Mother Earth takes on is for love. It's for grounding. It's for earthing. It is for you. And connect with your true expression of breath, where you can feel the air going into your body, moving out of your body. Your breath is a way to connect to the central nervous system and allow your thoughts to kind of settle in. Now, our thoughts don't just stop, they continue to dance around our mind. Out in front of you is an angel. You can see it as a sphere of light. It could be a spirit guide. It could be somebody who has passed into the other world. You identify by instantly being able to see this being through your third eye center, and do your best to just see it. And if you're in the knowingness of nothingness, meaning that you're not seeing, feeling, or getting anything, do not make it mean that you're doing something wrong. Sit for a few moments and let the light that you are experiencing in front of you, slightly above you, which is your angel. Think of it as a laser beam that is connecting to your heart source. And then far above it is a brighter light force known as source energy, God energy, universal energy, that is always connected to the eternal flame known as your light source. You, here on the earth, have had this light source your whole life. It is the connection like a spiritual umbilical cord to the Father Sky, the source energy of creation, and the Mother Earth, the grounding energy of love and transformation. You, as you are and as you are not, are a perfect bridge between both those polarities. So it is, so it shall be, and so it has been since you were created. This morning I'd like for you to call upon Archangel Zadkiel and the violet flame. And recite the prayer. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me and my transformations, and for lifting me beyond the past challenges. I welcome your energy. I welcome your messages. I welcome your help and support. Thank you for carrying me through the transformations of this life at this time. With ease, with grace, for my highest good and the highest good of all, so it is and so shall it be. Now imagine through the stellar gateway that ring like a halo, a foot or two above your head, wider than the circumference of your body. Start with the golden light that shines down through your body, washing the top of your head, trickling down through your ears, your nose, your facial muscles, your cheeks, jaws, teeth, riding all the way down through your shoulders, both your arms, filling your heart, your being, your lungs, going into your belly, and the golden light filling up and trickling over your genitals, your belly button, your pelvis, your hips, down into your legs, your buttocks, knees, shins, your feet, every one of your toes, every one of your fingers, both your arms, your whole body is being cleansed, washed, adorned by the golden light of angels, of source energy, of light energy. And continue focusing on your breath and your hands and this golden light that's washing through you. Now above your head, through the stellar gateway, is the energy of Archangel Zadkiel. And picture a beautiful violet light. Zadkiel within his arm's length is holding the gifts that are part of your transformation. And think of him as holding the crown of wisdom, bejeweled in amethyst, smoky quartz, quartz crystals, rose quartz, any gemstone quartz crystal that comes from the depth of the Mother Earth, especially chosen to bejewel this crown, now being placed above your head, and its light and its energy and its power. It's been carefully selected, carefully chosen, wonderfully attuned and vibrated to fit only you. Breathe and feel the energy of this crown being placed upon your head. Allow your arms to open wide. Allow your chest and upper back to expand. Make room for this energy, the crystalline energy that's inside this crown, the transformative effect that have been particularly placed upon you by Archangel Zadkiel. Who now rewards you and makes you part of the violet flame. That is proud of you for succumbing, working through the hurdles and challenges that have faced you in the past. The energy of this violet flame lifts your vibration above and beyond. Allow yourself the next few moments to breathe. Breathe in this energy. See this violet energy going all the way through your body, out into the room. Imagine yourself feeling the celebratory vibration of achieving all of your goals, of manifesting every gift, every opportunity, every possibility, every part of what you look to achieve being granted. Now would be the time to press pause and continue your meditation. And keeping the energy of Archangel Zadkiel, the violet flame, the energy of your archangels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides and ascended masters with you and around you. And thanking God for stepping in where He has already been. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center to honor that. Honor yourself. Honor the transformations you are accepting and the lessons you are learning. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. We will acknowledge each and every one of ourselves, those around us, the world at large, for the light and the love that's there as we bow and say namaste. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you very much. And I look forward to the next time we get together, which I hope will be very soon. Have a great Saturday. Bye.